The record of Jesus' resurrection is one of the surest facts in the whole of the world's history. Because not only does this manuscript tell of it, but there are thousands of manuscripts. There are thousands of manuscripts, of ancient manuscripts, that tell the same record of Jesus' resurrection. In fact, loved ones, to get rid of the fact of Jesus' resurrection, you would have to destroy thousands upon thousands of ancient historical books that make reference to the resurrection of Christ. Not only books that are included in the Bible, but books that are written by people who are antagonistic to Christianity. But not only that, you would have to wipe out ceremonies and memorials that have been practiced and observed down through the centuries from the year 30 A.D. The power that enabled Jesus to live without a heart transplant, or without a kidney transplant, or without blood transfusions, the power that enabled him to live again remained in our world and continued to be used to transcend the laws of nature. That's right. And that power is still alive in our world. There is a power of life that enables you to live despite the weaknesses of physical nature. And that power still exists today. It is still here. Do you believe in Easter? That's not the real question. The real question is, do you speak Easter? I'll give you the verse now, and then I'll explain it. It's Romans 10 and verses 9 and 10. Romans 10 and verses 9 and 10. It's page 985. Romans 10 and verse 9. Because if you confess with your lips that Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For man believes with his heart, and so is justified, and he confesses with his lips, and so is saved. When you get a cold, do you, like me, or like I used to, do you say, "This cold is killing me. This cold is killing me. It's just wearing me out"? If you say that, you're proclaiming that you don't believe in Easter. You're proclaiming that you don't believe in Easter. Because when God raised Jesus from the dead, he destroyed the power of sickness to incapacitate us for the things that God has given us to do. For all of you who have lived under discouragement and depression for years, it's more than that. The Bible says that the world was crucified with Christ. That when God destroyed our sickness and our sin in Jesus, he destroyed the principalities and powers that work in our world. all the strange spirits that work in the financial realm to bring all kinds of twists and turns to our national economy, all the principalities and powers that work underneath the people that you work with in your day-to-day jobs, that make them squirrely, that make them critical, that make them antagonistic to you. But more than that, all the principalities and powers and the spirits that lie behind the things that operate Murphy's Law, that make the thing always fall in the wrong way, that make the thing always work the wrong way. All the principalities and powers and spirits that work in your life to make things go so wrong that you sense there's no control and no one in control. God destroyed that world in His Son Jesus. And every one of us who believe that, and truly believe in Easter, and believe that in Easter there is an Easter power, a resurrection power that can overcome the weaknesses of the physical body, and can change circumstances, and can change financial problems and personal problems. Every one of us who live that way and speak that way begin to experience that power operating in us. And think about those situations that we find ourselves in. You've just discovered the overdraft, okay? You've just discovered the overdraft. And you're just about to say to her, "Why did you not send that last check in?" Or you're just about to say, "We'll never pay that other bill." And at that moment, believe Easter, believe Easter, believe Easter. Stop getting all worried about what will happen. Stop getting all concerned about, well, what will happen? I mean, will the washer start just going? Forget that. That's not your problem. That's not your responsibility. Try it. Begin. Begin. After all, if it doesn't work this week, think of it. You have another wonderful 40 to 60 years to be miserable. So why not try it for a week? And then you can get back into misery on your own. Don't you see? I mean, it kind of appeals, doesn't it? It seems right, actually. I mean, it seems right. The problem is you think it's too good to be true. That's it. But actually it's true, loved ones. That's what Easter is about. That's what Easter is. So I'm not going to ask, do you believe in Easter? I'm going to ask, will you live Easter? Will you start living Easter in your home by the words that you speak? Speak life, not death. And God's life will begin to move into the situation. And oh yes, it works. The situation will be changed. The situation will be solved. It will.